So, friends, what happens if you go on an island with your two friends after 20 years, where you have lived your childhood and have a time capsule with you? But then suddenly some very bad things start happening to you. Well, this story is also something like that. Laura, Susie, and Gina are childhood friends, but they separated a few years ago. Due to their careers, but today Laura has united them again. But there is nothing special between Susie and Gina. They talk very little to each other, because Susie said that Gina dated her boyfriend 7 years ago, when they were in a relationship. There is a lot of debate about this, even Susie starts going, but she stops after Laura's celebration. And then the three of them finally go to the shore of that island by a boat. The name of that island was Black Rock, and it was very beautiful to see, but it was also very dangerous. Why am I saying this? You will find out in a while. After a while, the three of them reach there and take off all their belongings and sit aside, and start enjoying the view. And after a while, Laura remembers about the time capsule, which makes everyone excited. But no one remembers where she's saying it. But then Laura tells them, "Do you remember? I made a map in my childhood to reach that capsule." She immediately takes out that map, and then they start moving forward with the compass. But here again, there is a debate between Gina and Susie, and this time the debate is very intense. Susie says something very bad to her, and then she says, "I am not the girl you were looking for. I am the girl you were looking for." And then she says, "I am not the girl you were looking for. I am the girl you were looking for." And then she says, "I am the girl you were looking for." And then she says, "I am the girl you were looking for." And then she says, "I am the girl you were looking for." And then she says, "I am the girl you were looking for." But this time the argument gets too much. Susie says something very bad to him. She even says that she broke his friendship, not that I did. Laura was very upset by all this. She explains a lot to both of them, but the conversation doesn't work, so she sits far away from the tent. Laura goes to her and tells her that you should apologize to her. She says, "Why should I apologize? Her boyfriend was cheating on her anyway." But later she goes to him and sits down and tries to talk to her. But suddenly Susie gets very scared because she saw someone there. So guys, nowadays we all watch IPL or a match. But apart from watching IPL, you can also win prizes by giving your opinion. That too on Lotus 365. And so here you will get a lot of questions like, who will win the match? Who wins the match? Who wins the toss? And many more questions. So friends, in more than 50 questions, you can win good prizes by telling your opinion. You just have to tell who is going to win the match, or who will win the toss, or which player will make the century or not. So go to Lotus365.in, register, and get a bonus of ours. 365. And the best thing is that you get 24-hour customer support here. You can contact them immediately if you have any problem. And let me tell you one more thing, that more than 10 million users play here. There are 200 plus questions here apart from cricket, where you can give your opinion and win good prizes. Well guys, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Urvashi Ratola, Sunil Shetty, Kajal Agarwal, Neha Sharma, and many more celebrities, where you can give your opinion and win good prizes. Well guys, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Urvashi Ratola, Sunil Shetty, Kajal Agarwal, Neha Sharma, such big celebrities are their brand ambassadors. So don't delay, go directly and register at Lotus365. In whose link you will find in the description below. Actually, she saw 3 boys, one of whom is known as Gina because he was her neighbor, whose name is John, and with him were 2 other friends, Johnny and Maxie. John tells them that they are actually formal Marines, and you two don't need to be scared of them. After that, everyone calms down because they all got mixed up. John and the boys have dinner with them. Now they go camping at night, but Susie was very drunk in this. So the boy starts flirting with Susie, and she doesn't know what she's actually doing. Both of her friends explain to her a lot, so much so that Gina takes her aside and forbids her from doing this. But she comes back and does the same thing again. After that, the 2 of them go into the jungle, and now Susie was doing it on her own. She was kissing him, so her friend didn't say anything to her. But when Susie starts getting drunk, she realizes that she is being wronged. So she tells John to step aside. But he doesn't listen and attacks his head with a stone, which makes him scream, and everyone starts running towards him. But they go there and wake up. They find out that John is dead, which makes his friends very angry at those girls. But he doesn't listen. One of them goes ahead to kill those girls. But John tells him not to do that. But she doesn't listen and beats her mercilessly. Next day, when she wakes up, she finds herself tied with a rope. There were many bruises on her face. Far away, Maxie tells her friend that we should kill them here. Because they killed our friend, but Johnny refuses to do that because whatever happened at night was just a joke. Susie didn't do it on purpose, and if we kill them, we will be in trouble. But Maxie was eager to avenge her friend, so he goes to her with a gun and shoots her. Susie says that you can only kill 3 girls tied like this. You are a coward, you have no courage. If you have the guts, open it and show us. Now Maxie's ego hurts and he opens it and takes advantage of it and throws mud in her eyes. And she runs away from there, but not together, but in different directions, which will be difficult to catch her. But this island is too big. If she is lost, it is very difficult to find her. But then we see that Susie has the same map with which she was going to the time capsule. Now she sees her. She reaches the same place and she gets a shelter there. After a while, her 2 friends also come there. All 3 are very happy to see each other, but now they have to get out of here as soon as possible. If they stay here for a long time, they will be killed by those boys, or by the animals present here. Laura tells them that we will have to spend the day here, but as soon as it gets dark, we will take our boat and leave. And the animals present here. Laura tells them that we will have to spend the day here, but as soon as it gets dark, we will leave by our boat. Everyone likes this idea, and everyone starts waiting for the night. When it gets dark, they all come to the shore and start looking for their boat, but then they find out that the rope of the boat has been cut, so the boat has gone too far. Now knowing this, they get very sad, but then Susie says that why not we swim there and leave by our boat. But Laura doesn't like this idea, so she refuses. But her 2 friends think this idea is right, so they start moving forward. They have to move forward or the boys will kill them. But when both move forward, Laura starts to follow them to stop them, and by mistake, she stands up. Now because of this, the boys see them, and then what happened, friends? They shoot her without thinking, and because of which she dies there. But now, if her friends go to save her, then they will also be killed. Now Laura tells them to go to the boat, but maybe this idea was very bad, because the boat was really very far. Laura was right, and during this time, the boys also see them. And they also start shooting, but they somehow start going into the water. Now it was so cold in the beginning, and then the water got even colder. If they stay inside for too long, they will die of cold. So they either have to get out or go to the boat as soon as possible. Then they hear Johnny scream, because of which one of his legs breaks, and now they get a chance to run away from there. Instead of going to the boat, they decide to go to the other side because the boat was really very far. Instead of going to one side, they decide to go to the other side because the boat was really far away. Now they come back to the island and take off all their wet clothes so that she doesn't get sick. But here Susie was missing Laura a lot because she was closest to her. But today she is not among them. But Gina encourages her and says that we have to get out of here as soon as possible. But Susie says that they are a formal Marine and we will not be able to fight them. But Gina tells her that we can fight anyone, just be brave. They both were very angry. And if they find any weapon, they will blow both the boys. After that, she goes to see the map. Maybe they will find a way. But they don't find anything. But the time capsule was a little far from them. So they both go to her first and take her out of the ground. Now they did this about 25 years ago. And at that time, they will not know that after years, they will get stuck on this island. So they don't get anything in that capsule. But they do get a small knife, with which they can put it in front of a log, so that they can fight it for a while. Now after that, they talk to each other all night and take her out, in which they forgot all the mistakes they had made in their past. And now Susie had forgiven Gina. Both forget everything and decide that either they run away from here, or take revenge on their friend, in which their life is also lost. After a while, the sun goes out, and they decide that they will take revenge on their friend's death. And then he decides that he will take revenge for his friend's death. Finds Johnny lying on the side. And that's why she goes to the side where she finds Johnny lying on the side. His leg was broken, so he couldn't stand up. Now, looking at him, Susie says that this is the time. Go and cut his throat. So first she gets scared, but then she reminds him of Laura's words. Then she slowly crawls closer to him, and Gina covers her from behind. But as soon as she gets close to him, Johnny wakes up and starts calling out to Maxie. Now, Susie has to kill him as soon as possible, but then he holds his hand. Now, Gina comes to help him in trouble, but then Maxie also comes there, who was constantly firing bullets at them. But he was just firing bullets to scare them, because if he shoots at the target, then Johnny can also be shot. Now, Gina runs away from there, but Susie doesn't run away. She kills Johnny and takes the lead. And without fear, she picks him up and blows his head off, which kills him there. But now Gina's friend's life was in danger. Here we see Gina, who ran to the edge of a mountain. While looking for him, Maxie had also reached there. Now she was about to shoot him, but then Susie reaches there and attacks him. So that his last bullet was also over. But friends, this man is possessed by a ghost. He was not one of those who gave up. He stands on both sides of the knife and threatens to kill them. Because he has killed his best two friends. So now he will kill them too. But Susie and Gina are not one of those who give up. They attack him, in which Gina goes and bumps into a stone and becomes unconscious for a while. In which she goes and hits a stone and faints for a while. Maxie takes advantage of this and starts attacking Susie. He first kicks him, and then a stick gets into his stomach, which hurts him a lot. He wasn't going to stop here, he wanted to kill her completely. But then she comes from behind and cuts Maxie's throat, which causes her to die there. Here he took revenge on his friend Laura, after which they both look for their belongings and call 911. And call a boat, which leaves them back where they came from. So friends, even though there was a Marine officer in front of them, they also didn't have the courage. And that's why he's alive today. Now these three friends went to this island laughing. But while coming, one has a wound in his stomach, and one's mouth is completely destroyed. And the one who was with them, Lee, she has been killed. So guys, before the video ends, you can win by going to Lotus365.in once. You just have to give your opinion about which team wins, or which player scores how much, or which team wins the toss. And that's it, you can win good prizes by giving your opinion. So you can earn money along with entertainment. Well, see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.